Welcome to US King Master. Let's jump straight into it. Today's royal whirlwind is not for the faint-hearted. Harry is back in London, Meghan's name is on everyone's lips, and the palace, once again, is bracing itself. 3 years after Queen Elizabeth's passing, the monarchy is under pressure, the public is divided, and behind the scenes, things are far messier than the polished photos you see online. From whispers about title revocations to cold shoulders inside Buckingham Palace corridors, this story is spiraling faster than anyone expected. And trust me, if you think you know where this is heading, you don't. So stay locked in because the real drama starts now.
Security for himself and his family, press control that will be coordinated by Buckingham Palace, and finally, for his wife Meghan Markle to be treated as Her Royal Highness, complete with bows and curtsies.
Hoping for a reunion between Harry and his family. James, good morning.
Yeah, that's right, Gio. Good morning. It is 3 years to the day since Queen Elizabeth died, and London has been marking the anniversary with gun salutes this morning. Prince William and wife Kate paid tribute with an engagement in her honour, as did Prince. Ceremony this evening for Well Child, which is a charity he's patron for. What we don't know, though, is whether he'll see any of his family during this trip. We asked, but a representative for the Duke declined to comment, as did Buckingham Palace. They rarely do on personal matters. Met with the King's spokesman back in July. That was widely viewed as a step towards possible reconciliation. Harry has said he wants to mend the relationship, especially since his father's cancer diagnosis. A similar dialogue with his brother, though, does seem unlikely, but we will see what...
And right here is where everything takes a sharp turn. The talk about revoking the Sussex titles isn't just gossip. It's a sign of how drastically the royal dynamic has shifted. Think about it. A title once seen as permanent, prestigious, untouchable, now suddenly on the chopping block. That alone shows how fed up the institution is with the constant headlines, interviews, and controversies. But here's the real kicker. If the royal family actually moves forward with this, it won't just be symbolic. It will be historic. The question is, do you think stripping their titles would solve anything? Or would it ignite an even bigger firestorm?
Was face-to-face for the first time in 19 months. The last time they were seen together was February 2024. And of course, he had that court case and lost it. But after that, talking to the BBC at Clarence House, we know the King is also there. So that meeting is due to take place, or perhaps has already started. We wait for word. Daniela Ralph is there for us, and we wait for updates. But no running there. Harry enters Clarence House after reports he will meet with the King. So we are keeping our eyes on their comings and goings and any word emerging on that meeting. So do stay with us.
I think what we saw was the old Harry. A bit of fun. I mean, him jousting with a balloon with that little girl at the Well Child
Awards. It's quite nostalgic almost seeing him, wasn't it?
And he just looked, I don't know, he looked a bit like a weight had been lifted, because he's...
When the commentary mentions William being all about removal, that's where the real tension lies. This is a man preparing for the future crown, and he's clearly prioritizing damage control over family sentiment. It's the classic clash between personal loyalty and institutional duty. The monarchy simply cannot afford another public meltdown like the Andrews scandal or the ongoing Sussex drama. Whether you agree with William or not, one thing is certain. He is not playing the same game as his father. And that begs the question, is he being responsible or ruthless? Drop your take in the comments. This is where the debate really begins.
Paul Burrell, who of course was Diana's butler, has come out with another book, but there is I thought quite a telling revelation in it when he talks about Diana telling him that when he says Diana said that to him, for reasons unbeknown to only him. Paul Burrell said that in 2017, when he came across William and Harry at their mother's old, treated you as a complete equal, and you've just been told a story about your father coming in on the day of your birth and going, oh, well, there's the spare. I can now just go off and be with whoever I want to be. Whether that you are told that about your own family, it makes you feel disenfranchised, like you have no purpose in the family. And I think that explains a lot. And later that same year, was when he proposed to Meghan.
This moment hits like a plot twist in a Netflix political drama. When Harry crossed the Atlantic, he didn't just leave behind a royal life. He took one of the monarchy's most recognizable titles with him. And whether intentional or not, that title became a brand asset. Every interview, every project, every headline carried Duke of Sussex right at the front. For the palace, that wasn't just uncomfortable, it was unprecedented. So now with William allegedly stepping up behind the scenes, the stakes are higher than ever. If you were in the monarchy's shoes, would you reclaim the title? Or let the storm settle naturally?
Or a child and go, let them just have their moment without being, worrying what people think anymore. I want them to stop worrying about that, because whatever's right for them, me and my sisters wasted 4 years of not speaking to each other, not loving each other again, and we couldn't love each other more now. Yeah. And we just don't talk about it.
Yeah. I agree. I mean, we've got family issues that have just been passed down. I don't even know which aunties we're not meant to speak to. I feel like, we've got a part in his life, and we watched him grow up.
And he's most like Diana.
We all love Harry. And of course,
he has made a lot of mistakes, though, with his family.
Harry?
Harry, yeah.
He's a kid growing up in the public eye.
I think putting things in print that were personal between him and his brother, I think, William is really struggling with that.
That's where the forgiveness bit needs to come in.
I'm in 19 months in London. Samara, the pair shared tea at Clarence House during a visit which lasted 45 minutes. My question would be, Samara, Harry couldn't even spare any more time for his father? 45 minutes after 1.5 years?
I'll tell you.
Now this is where the narrative truly detonates. The Oprah interview, the documentary, the book Spare, each one chipped away at the family's historically silent approach. And love them or hate them, Harry and Meghan broke a tradition older than most countries, publicly discussing inner palace issues. That level of transparency shook the monarchy, mobilized social media armies, and permanently altered public perception. But here's the real question. Were they exposing problems or exploiting them? Their critics say it's a cash grab saga. Their supporters say it's long overdue honesty. Where do you land? Because public opinion is still split right down the middle.
Over in LA, who are trying to make all these meetings happen. I mean, this Ukraine thing, I hate to say, but I think it's also tied to that. I mean, this is a man who pines on about how unsafe he feels and how he needs the British taxpayer to pay for his security, but is very happy to reveal about his 25 Taliban killings in his book. Hey, I'm back in with the royal family, public. Don't take me for a fool. But no one's falling for it. I mean, Harry is really, really deep in trouble at the moment. Even financially, I mean, we know that Meghan's jam failed to sell back in with the king because he knows he'll never be able to get back in with William. That's never going to happen. So once that door is closed and unfortunately the king passes, I don't think there's any chance of him getting back into the fold.
No, which himself, and so has Meghan. So clearly Meghan has got Harry exactly where she wants him, and 45 minutes, gee, especially after, the king had cancer.
This stretch of the story is heartbreaking and controversial at the same time. Harry went from the universally adored people's prince, the mischievous, relatable royal, to someone many insiders say they barely recognize. His personality shift, his alliance with Meghan, and his conflicts with William have created one of the most dramatic brother versus brother rifts in modern royal history. But remember, behind every headline, there's a human being navigating pressure, trauma, and a lifetime under scrutiny. Still, perception shapes destiny. Do you think Harry can ever rebuild his image? Or has that chapter permanently closed?
For the first time in 19 months, meeting up for a private tea at the King's London residence. And, they're not our king.
With my family, there's no point in continuing to fight anymore. As I said, life is precious. I don't know how much longer my father has. He won't because of this security stuff. But it would be nice to reconcile.
Yeah.
So good. It's so great. It's so great. And we know
how fleeting and precious life can be. Cancer diagnosis is being treated. And so he doesn't know, Prince Harry doesn't know how long he has with his father. And I'm just happy that they had their tea. I'm happy that they had their tea. I'm thrilled for both of them.
Well, I think obviously the reminder that life is short, it's also sudden. One day you leave your house and you don't come home, you know? So, and with aging parents, whether they're sick or not, you know the time.
This part highlights a massive pressure point the public rarely sees. The royal family's biggest fear isn't scandal, it's association. When non-working royals keep their titles but live entirely independent lives, the palace still gets dragged into every controversy, lawsuit, interview, or paparazzi flare-up. That's exactly why William is reportedly pushing for a stricter titles only for working royals rule. It protects the brand, it sets boundaries, and it prevents the chaos we've seen over the past few years. The real question is, should titles function as heritage or performance-based roles? You tell me, which side makes the most sense?
Maybe you've learned stuff that they didn't know. So you have to, it's like surfing. You have to surf and see, because parents are just other human beings.
Doing the best they
can, and they don't always get it right. They just don't. And, who amongst us...
Is that the goal? They're supposed to do what you say.
Yeah. Not so much anymore, but, nobody rolls their eyes at their kids anymore and goes, don't make me come over there. But that's
because I said so is alive and well.
So there is another thing for certainly the king to consider, whether he wants him back in the royal fold. And for Prince William, well, we know that he doesn't want to have anything to do with his brother at the moment. He's got bigger things on his plate, such as making sure his children are possible. So a bit of a grey area for Harry, I think.
I don't think William will be sent.
His famous resemblance to Mummy, which was fading with time, with age. It's pretty cutting.
I don't see it as cutting at all. My brother and I love each other. I love him deeply. There has been a lot of pain.
So here's where we land after all the dust settles. A family divided, a monarchy redefining its future, and two royals caught between personal identity and public expectation. Whether Harry and Meghan face a formal stripping of titles remains unknown, but one thing is clear, the decisions made now will echo for decades. William is focused on modernizing the institution, Charles is torn between fatherhood and leadership, and Harry is fighting for relevance, redemption, and stability all at once. If you found this breakdown as jaw-dropping as we did, make sure you smash that like button, drop your thoughts in the comments, share this video with someone who loves royal drama, and don't forget to subscribe for more explosive celebrity deep dives.